And we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM. This is a special interview of a very special man. We're in Dallas, we're in Texas. We are talking to Derek James, the trainer of Errol Spence, and of course, one of the Charlo brothers. Derek, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
It's good. It's good to have you back on the channel. It's been a while.
It's been a while, man. It's been pretty busy, and I'm sure you've been busy as well. So
Yes.
it's great.
That's great. So I guess the last time we spoke was when the rumors were that potentially you guys would be fighting Mikey Garcia. Yeah, it's that far back. But obviously you got the fight with Mikey Garcia. In reflection, a lot of people said that Spence didn't have the power to stop Garcia. Was it your instructions to tell Spence to knock Garcia out? Or was it about Spence doing the 12 rounds and showcasing his talent?
Well, it was about showing the skill set, not so much about the knockout. If the knockout would have came, that would have been great, but he wasn't trying to kill him. He wasn't trying to hit him with the shots he hit the other guy. He wanted to show the world that he had boxing skill. And what he saw in that fight was nothing compared to what we really can do. So that's just a taste, a peek, or whatever it is. But, you know, he fought a, top 5 pound fighter, and did God have a chance with him?
There were some people that thought that Mikey Garcia could beat Errol Spence. Were you of the belief that that could happen, or did you feel it was Errol was too big and too strong for Mikey?
Come on, why do I think somebody could beat me? Well, no, I never. A lot of people thought that because of Mikey's skill set, because of Mikey's intellect. They thought that because of his brother's intellect, his brother's skill set. And I guess they never took into consideration Errol's skill set and mine. I mean, so, you know, we if you look at it like this, we faced the biggest three-headed monster in boxing with the grandfather, the father, the brother, and the nephew.
Okay.
And in Robert's words, he said, Mikey didn't have a chance. And it wasn't about his size or his strength, it was about his skill set. And that was the difference, the strategy and game plan, the size and the skill set. It wasn't about how big he was. No, it was about the skill set and the strategy.
So what was the strategy? Talk to us about the strategy for the fight and what you wanted Errol to do in the fight. And did that go to the game plan that you wanted, or was it some improvisation along the way?
No, it was exactly what I asked for. I mean, I can't give it up because we may see it again somewhere down the line, but, you know, we'll just say that so much about being a boxer and, being intelligent. But he wanted to just beat him up, like, I mean, you know, you land so many punches. Somebody told me today, he said Mikey landed 75 punches the whole 12 rounds. How do you hold, at the time he was the top 5 pound fighter in the world, to land the 75 punches in 12 rounds?
Did you think he took too much punishment in that fight?
I think he did. I mean, there's no reason to get hit like that many times, over and over again. There's no point to it. From my perspective, because you think about this, I look at boxing like this. You only have so many punches you can take before you start slurring, start stammering, start shuffling with your feet. So I think that, I don't know what the number is. Everybody has their particular number. But, I mean, so that's how I feel anyway. But, I mean, it was unnecessary. I mean, there's no point to it, but hey, I'm just the other guy in the other corner.
All right, let me change the question. If that was Errol moving up 2 weight divisions, and let's say that was happening to Errol, would you have pulled him out of the fight?
I probably would.
Why?
I care about it. Not saying they don't. But I think that getting hit like that is unnecessary. So many, like, over and over. I mean, he barely missed the punch. I mean, they said he landed 3 out of, I mean, whatever. I don't know, but the count obviously wasn't right because he landed, you know what I mean? I don't know, but I just wouldn't let my guy take it.
Okay. All right, fine. What did you what was the end goal for you? What was the end result for you? What did you gain from that result for you? You fought a guy that was significantly smaller, although he's pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world. What did you gain from that fight?
It was the satisfaction of beating a guy, outboxing the guy who's supposed to be so much smarter, so much. I mean, all these other things. You heard what everybody said. So I think that for him, it was just proving a point. I mean, getting knocked out is getting knocked out. Getting beat up is something totally different. Getting beat up lasts with you forever. Because you always know.
When Mikey was sitting down and did the face-off, and he was saying, Errol's good, but I just do things a little bit better. As a trainer, and when you were training Errol, what was he saying about that little bit better when Mikey Garcia was talking?
I mean, I just think that they just underestimated everything he did. I think they thought that was the only fight that he could fight, was the fight that he just plows in the head and goes in, just walks in and walks the guy down. So I think that they obviously thought there was not too much depth. Errol Spence is really that like mayonnaise, just like basic.
Right.
I think that they just want that. I mean, and so that was their perspective. I mean,
well, I guess when you talk Errol, when people generally talk about Errol Spence, they say physically strong, body shots, good boxing ability. But the body shots are the key thing. People know Errol for his body shots. And when they talk about matching Errol against the other welterweights in the world, particularly Keith Thurman, the first thing they'll say is Thurman don't like body shots and Spence throws wicked body shots. So can you kind of blame people for the way they think? Derek?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. Something happened. Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh yeah. So I said people, if you talk about Errol Spence, one of the things they will mention of one of his strengths is his body shots and his physical strength. So if you were to match Errol Spence with Keith Thurman, the first thing people would say is, well, Spence has got very good body punches and Keith doesn't like body punches. So
True.
Is that not a fair assessment? If you look at Errol Spence from what we've seen of him before the Mikey Garcia fight, that he seems to rely a lot on the body punches and breaking a fighter down, which isn't a bad thing, but that's just the way he's gone about his business.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just more, it's efficient, it's intelligent, it's, you break a guy down to the body, they say the head will fall.
Yes. But
the body, when you throw the shots to the body, now you think about the body, when the headshots are open. I mean, so there's different reasons why you do the things that you do.
Right.
I mean, he's a very intelligent, very smart fighter. I mean, and all these guys on this level, everybody's good.
Right.
Just like Mikey said, Errol is good, but I think I'm better. I mean, and listen, everybody's good. And everybody thinks they're better, because if they don't think they're better, that's the issue. They should be tired.
Right.
Or be interviewing people. So it's like, so you got guys who are, they believe in themselves. They're going to go get it.
Yeah, but
that's what it is.
The thing is, what was it what Mikey thought he was so convinced he was going to move up and beat Errol Spence? What was it that in his mind that even his brother said to him, look, bro, you shouldn't be taking this fight. It's crazy.
I think that, listen, man, you're great. You beat Adrian Broner, you beat Robert Eason, two other good fighters, and he shut him out, right? So why wouldn't he think he can beat the other guy that everybody thinks is better than him? Right?
I get that.
I think that's what it was.
I get that, but you're talking about a guy who is arguably the best welterweight in the world and a physical specimen, and has beaten guys, but have beaten.
Mikey moved up to 140 to fight Nick, who was a good 140 pounder. He figured, okay, I did that damn, I can go do that to the other guy.
What did you make of Mikey's work build up to the fight with Snack and obviously Victor Conte, Snack, and all the stuff he was doing on the bags, and he had that breathing apparatus on his mouth where he's punching the bag. Did any of that impress you, or were you not surprised, or you weren't perturbed by that?
It didn't bother me. I think that was, I mean, listen, when you're fighting on this level and you fight a guy like Errol, you have to go to a lot of links, different links to be successful. So it didn't bother me. I didn't think one thing negative or anything about it. I just figured that's what he feels like he needs to do. I mean, and we're just, want to do what we do. And work the way we work. It was a fight of skills, not about all the other things.
Okay, fair enough.
Had he not done all that stuff, he wouldn't have been able to make it 12 rounds also.
That's true. That's true. So, okay, you take away from that fight. One fight that didn't go your way was against Tony Harrison. Talk to us about the Tony Harrison fight with Charlo.
I think it was an interesting fight.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, man, you don't get every decision.
Now you're breaking up again. I think you've gone somewhere. You're not with us. You're talking, but you're not with us.
This is with my damn earphones.
Yeah. You're gone again. You there?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Prepare for a fight, you train for a fight. And a lot of times things don't go your way, so you just got to go back in and dig deeper, work harder, and try to be more successful.
I was reading reports afterwards, some pretty negative reports about, Derek James, his fight is only one-dimensional now. He's only a one-dimensional trainer, and he can only train one way. What are your responses to comments like that?
I think Errol showed him something different, didn't he?
Of course he did.
Okay, I think that there's a lot of, what you realize, man, is that when you're successful and you don't let people get what they think they want,
Mm-hmm.
like people like a lot of guys, if you don't let them use you, and,
We'll break it up. You're breaking up, Derek. Come back again. Derek, where are you? You with us?
Yeah, man, these damn AirPods, they keep picking the phone up. So,
Okay, go on. So you were saying about if you don't let people use you. Go ahead.
You don't let people use you, that's really basically what it all boiled down to. I'm a different kind of guy, man. You get to a certain level, and if I was a one-sided trainer, whatever case, then listen. And then this is the funny thing about it. Robert Garcia must have done the same thing too, though.
That's the thing.
But I think so what Errol did is show them, this guy teaches skills. And so it's not so much about what these other people think about me. It's about who I know myself to be.
Of course. Of course, the suggestion itself is more important than what other people think of you. So, with that being said, the rematch against Harrison, do you think that Charlo can make enough adjustments in time for the rematch? Obviously, the rematch is not going to happen now at the moment because I think Harrison's got an injury. But do you think Charlo can make enough adjustments in time, to rectify the mistakes? And where do you think it went wrong?
I think that people think that if you're in a boxing match, you'll never get hit, right? But he got hit with jabs. Was there enough jabs to win a fight? No. But so, you focus on just certain aspects and just be more active. Really, that's what more active.
Okay.
Obviously, they didn't count the punches where Jamel struck him or routed him, wobbled him. They didn't take that into account. They didn't think about it. So it's like you just gotta be busier.
Okay.
More aggressive.
I said that on that night with the Charlas, I said one of those Charlas are going to suffer a defeat on points. I can feel it coming. Now, my feeling was that I felt that the Charlos were being demonized because they were trying to promote themselves and speak their mind. And for that, the powers that be didn't like what the Charlas had to say for themselves. Have you felt, since you've been with one of the Charla brothers, any extra attention, positive or negative, because of the way they speak out and how they promote themselves, because the media are not favoring them?
I think that, I mean, you always feel it, and you see it. I mean, but at the same time, it's like they always try to muffle that guy down. Any guy. I mean, like just shut up and play ball. Shut up and shoot the ball. Shut up and do whatever. Shut up and fight. So, I just think that's just our reality. And that's just what they face, is that, that's our reality. Like the lady said, shut up and dribble. She told LeBron James. So, that's basically what, they want them to shut up and punch, shut up and box. Not be who you are, not do what you do. It's kind of, buy into the whole idea of who they think you should be.
And when they do that, when they try to do that stuff with you, how do you respond to it? And what would be your message to young men faced with that situation?
I think you have to be your authentic self.
Absolutely.
Whatever you are. But at the same time, I think that there's a time and a place for everything. But I mean, I think that, like, this is what I say about things like that. There's no rule book written about how to be young, black, and very successful.
Right.
No book. Some of these guys they have to learn on their own. A lot of people don't really like that. They don't care for it. But the reality is, I mean, it's a lot of, we've never lived in a day like today. So many black people in America are so wealthy, so successful.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not been a book written about that. And so I think that what happens is that everybody's finding their way. Everybody's kind of like trying to figure it out. Now, everybody else have been in a certain situation like this for years and years and years. But, we haven't. So I think that's the difference. Is that you have somebody who's been born in it or grew up around it and learned it, and, adults learning it.
Yes.
It's a difference.
So when we talk about the Charlas, because I've always wanted to get an interview with the Charlas before they became champions, I wanted to know about them from their perspective before they got into becoming world champions. I wanted to know more about their mindset, what they're about. Are they angry at the press because they're not getting to speak the way they want to speak? Are they angry because they're not getting promoted the way they need to be promoted? Is it because they know it's...
Let me tell you. They're upset just like anybody else. Just like you told me. You said to me back in the minute, you said that people are talking about you. So their mind is they don't know who's talking about them. They know just somebody said something. So that's how you react to everybody the exact same way. You don't know who said it, who wrote it. It's like the guy, he said somebody talking about me, wants how to train, blah, 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 whatever it is. So they don't know, even though I know who said that, right? But they don't know who said it about them. But what happens is that they just don't have time to decipher, treat everybody the same. That's basically what it is. I mean, it's not about, it's just they don't have time to decipher. Like, what? I'm not going to be going through this and looking, just treat everybody the same. And I think that's really what it is. There's really that nice guy. But when you got, who likes to be talked about, belittled, demeaned? I mean, you show me somebody like that, and I'll show you,
a damn fool. That's
damn fool, you're right, yeah. So that's basically what it is with that. They've been talked about, belittled, demeaned so much. I mean, I think about this, even at this level, when you feel like you should be embraced, They are not being embraced.
Well, it's the common thing they've said about, you know, Pacquiao and Golovkin and Lomachenko and Usyk, that as American fighters, they're not getting the credit they deserve, and that foreign fighters are getting more credit than they are. Is that the feeling?
Well, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
That's not true.
Listen,
but that's the argument that some bring up.
No. Listen, let me tell you something. What's funny?
Okay.
And let me answer that by saying, okay, Anthony Johnson just fought in New York City.
Yes.
The fight did not sell out.
Okay.
Triple G fought this past weekend. The fight did not sell out.
Okay.
Canelo Alvarez fought in Vegas. The fight did not sell out. Did not. So we always had this idea, and I've even repeated myself, that Mexican fighters, Mexican fans drive box. Not true. Not true, but I guess if you put a mask over something and you say something over and over again, you'll start believing it. And I was at the fight when Canelo fought on the same fight, same weekend that Mayweather fought on last year against McGregor. And then fought, Pacquiao. There was nobody at the fight.
No one was at the fight.
No color there. No color, no black people, no. So what happened is, you realize it's somebody here. No black people at the fight. It was some, not like, if you're in Vegas, you couldn't walk through the MGM Grand. The stores, Las Vegas on the weekend like that, they put money on the fact that these guys are going to do this, they're going to sell this fight, right? Didn't happen.
Why?
Didn't happen. I was in. And man, I just think the lie was that black people don't buy tickets. That's a lie. Because they buy tickets to the fight they want to see. That's what I'm saying. Floyd Mayweather. And then I even remember what's the guy named Errol Sanchez.
Yes.
He repeated the same lie. Remember he said Errol Sanchez said that black fighters can't sell.
Yeah, he said black fighters can't sell.
So that's the same thing I just said, basically, right? So that's what you believe. You think, well, like, no, that's not true. But listen, how many other top fighters have there been in the world who sold, other than Roy Jones, Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali. What color are they? So think about it. When people start to say, oh no, you start to believe it. What do you think about it? That's not true. How many Mexican top fighters have there been? Oscar De La Hoya and who else had that top there? So why would he say that? Now we got Canelo Alvarez.
Mm-hmm. And Andy Ruiz.
Oh yeah, Andy Ruiz also. Yeah, he's gonna sell. He's gonna do well.
He's gonna do well, yeah, definitely.
He's gonna do well. He has a hell of a personality too.
Yes.
He's a personality. You know. And so he has that honest, fun, funny personality. Oh yeah, and he's with the PBC.
Oh yeah, he's with the PBC.
So when you think about it, that's the lie, man. They tell a lie over and over and over and over. And we repeat it because we say, man, you're right. We think about this. They go, Mayweather on the show because he had broadcast. Well, remember this, I'll tell you this out. When Mikey Garcia fought in LA, which is where he's from, Mike.
Yeah.
And it's a Staples Center, so he had 8,000 people at the fight. When he fought Robert Easton, which was a unification of another top fighter. A unification bout.
Wow.
Right? Now listen to me, wait a minute. But when he fought Errol Spence Jr., when Errol, I'm not going to do that for. But when Errol Spence fought Campos, right?
Yes.
First of all, they didn't mention the undercard. They didn't even release the undercard. They didn't do any advertising. They sold 14,000 tickets without anything. Errol Spence fighting in Frisco, Texas. That was it. Right? But check this out. When Mikey fights Errol in Dallas, 48,000 tickets sold. Right? Now, if you've had another unification bout, nobody came to the fight. But you fight this other guy who's a ticket seller, what? You have 48,000. That's not 48,000 people at the fight. It's tickets sold. The suite, I was in the suite. It's packed. Suite. There's over 50-some thousand people at the fight.
Wow.
So I'm just saying. So I mean.
But why is it? Tell me what it is about Errol Spence that tell me something about why Errol Spence is such a big ticket seller. What is it about him? He's not got a big mouth. He's not, but he's not shooting off his mouth all the time.
He just goes. People want to see fighters fight.
Yeah, but hold on. Andre Ward was a fighter and he fought, but he couldn't sell a damn ticket. What is it about Spence? What's the secret behind Spence? And I love Andre Ward.
I think that Andre Ward was amazing. He's a handsome young man. I think that plays a factor. Errol's a handsome guy. Plays a factor. I think that it was just promotional aspect of it. I think that the way they built Errol up, the way they had to fight in San Antonio, had to fight in Florida, had to fight in New York, had to fight in Canada, had to fight in LA, had to fight in Vegas. You know, I think those, everybody gets a piece of touching. The way they strategically placed them in particular fights, particular time, particular, whatever. I mean, so I think that but he's like Errol is Ward was an amazing boxer.
Yeah.
Errol was a go seek and destroy like Mike Tyson. And people out here, people always man, I ain't watched boxing since Mike Tyson. But Errol is a knockout guy. Andre Ward is an amazing boxer. Mm-hmm. He did knock out Kovalev, but he didn't knock out. He just beat him strategically and intelligently. But Errol does that with knockouts. So
yes.
I think that's what the big thing is about. They're going to get. They don't know what they're going to get, but they might get it. They might get a master. He said he's going to master Mike Garcia, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
He outclassed him, man. So I think that's what his thing is that he is just, you never know. They go for the knockout.
The Bro Fraser Network makes a very key point here, and thank you for joining us. He says Ward fought sporadically, and it hurt his momentum.
True.
That's a very true point. Al Heyman, I mean, while you're at it, and PBC, there's lots of rumors. There's rumors. There were stories about PBC being sold and all the rest of it. Can you put anything straight about that?
I don't know. I'm not in the business aspect of that, but that's asinine. I think that PBC. I mean, come on, man, that's crazy. I mean, what are they talking about? The zone? I mean, damn. Think about this. In the last month, the zone spent over $105 billion. How do you make that money back in a month? I'm asking you, how do you make that money back? Remember, think about the purse. Canelo got 30-something. Danny Jacobs got 15. That's $45 million, right? Not to mention undercard. Who's that for next? Big man and Josh got at least 30, right? So that's a 75. The other guy probably got 5, right? Eddie Reed. So that's 80. Then Triple G got what? How much did he get? 20?
Oh boy.
That's 100. I mean, so what about all these fighters? The undercards. I mean, a lot of guys may not be big stars, they still make $1 million. So my question is, don't talk about the PBC. How are they making that money back? How are you getting 100? How are you giving it to people for $9? How are you getting $100 million back in a month? Remember, Canelo fought May 5th, May 4th. Mm-hmm. It's June the 10th, whatever, 10th, 11th,
yeah, 11th now.
So
Ross.
That's a month to the $100 million.
Ticket sales and sponsorships.
What? What is that?
I said ticket sales and sponsorships.
First of all, nobody knows these guys even fight because they're not advertising. You can't advertise on the internet or whatever. Whatever they're doing, I don't know. If you have all these hundreds of millions of dollars, you need to spend money on TV advertisement. You're trying to lure somebody to your neck of the woods. And if you're not doing that, then how are you doing it? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just wondering, like, how do you do it? Like, that's a lot of money, man.
It's a lot of money. But
I mean, it's like this. It's like the one or two things happen. They lose a lot of money, or they it's like you go to the when you take your clothes to the cleaner, or do you wash it in the laundromat? Just saying.
But I know you said that, and look, I'm only bringing out what I'm hearing and what the stories are out there, and of course you can pick sense from nonsense. The other story I heard was, well, the Zone is going to get sold on because they're losing money as well.
Damn, I just told you that was $110 million in a month. I don't know what's going on. I just said, no, that's a lot of money. That's all.
What have you made of the Eddie Hearn show coming to America?
If Eddie Murphy ain't in it, ain't working.
So you're not impressing Eddie Hearn and his takeover of America.
Well, I like Eddie Hearn. I like his style. I like the way he moves, right? But at the same time, you have to get some bad advice. I mean, the PR, the marketing, who knows if they're funny? I'm telling you, like, how you have Canelo Alvarez? You got the three biggest fighters in the world. You got Canelo Alvarez, you got Anthony Joshua, you got Errol Spence.
Right.
Right. That's the three biggest fighters in the world. Okay. But the most talked about fighter in the world is who? Errol Spence. The reason why is because he has all these different options. The opposition fights, fights to fight, people fight. So, but one person is getting marketed and promoted on national television, but that's shown all over the world. Other people again, I mean, I don't know how they can. I mean, I don't know how they fight. I mean, I'm a boxer guy in boxing. I don't know what's going on. I think for the American people, you have to sit it right on our lap. So we don't want to go look for it and go. Okay, well, why? Because they offer it to you for $10. I mean, $10 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great price point. I think you have to think bigger.
Okay.
$10 is not enough money.
So let's talk about that card. That card last Saturday with Joshua being top of the bill. Were you there?
No, man, I hadn't watched this. I went to Canelo fight though, so I hadn't watched one.
You watched Canelo fight, but were you there for the Joshua fight?
No, I did not. No, I did not go. No.
Did you see the card though, even though you weren't there?
No, I don't want. No.
Okay, so you didn't see.
I don't have it.
Okay, so you didn't get to see Ray Robinson against Josh Kelly at welterweight?
No, I didn't. No, how was the fight?
Well, Ray Robinson basically outboxed Josh Kelly over 10 rounds, and the fight was given a draw. So some bad scoring, and then afterwards, Katie Taylor fought a lady called Pearson, a part-time boxer, and she ended up giving Taylor a good beating. And again, Taylor went on and won the title on points.
I heard about that. I heard she really lost.
Yeah, she lost the fight, man. Come on, and Josh Kelly lost the fight as well. But the question I want to ask you about, because the last time we spoke, also, we spoke about Deontay Wilder, and you felt that there were things he could do to improve his style. That was before he had the devastating knockout to dominate Brazil. What do you think of Wilder's performance?
Amazing, man. It was nothing short of amazing. I think that he shows who he is every time he gets in the ring. He looks better and better each time.
Okay. What did you think of the Joshua fight?
I didn't see it.
You did not see the fight?
No, I did not see the fight. I don't have the zone. I don't watch TV on my phone. I don't watch fights on my phone. I don't watch, you know what I mean? I don't watch, I'm true all the way through what I believe in who I am. I don't watch that. I don't watch it.
You mean you haven't even had it posted on your Facebook page, Derek?
What did they?
You mean you haven't even had it posted on your Facebook page, the result, the fight?
Oh, I know what happened, but if I know what happened, I don't go back and watch the fight.
Oh, okay.
I don't go back.
So, in your opinion,
I don't have this phone.
Okay, I understand. So, I mean, in your opinion, from what you saw of Anthony Joshua and how he got beat, is that a technical thing with his trainer? Is that because Joshua said there's nothing wrong with him, and he's happy with his team? What are your thoughts?
Oh, okay. So what happened is that I didn't see the fight, but I heard everybody talking about how tired he was, right?
Well, he was.
How fatigued
he was. He had. The story was he had concussion. He'd been knocked out in sparring beforehand. And then he had a panic attack in the dressing room. Yeah, no, that's the stories that were said. But
this is what I'll say about it. The reality of this is that it's not. He's in great condition, right?
Yeah.
But he's in like this. Kell Brook was in great shape. If you watch Kell Brook, he looked great in every fight, right?
Yeah.
Lamar Peterson, these guys never get tired. Mikey Garcia is phenomenal, but when as fighting at their own pace, when you enhance the pace just a little bit, that changes the whole complexity of the fight.
Right.
Anthony Johnson's phenomenal. 112 rounds, so somebody's gonna let him fight his own pace. This guy did not let him fight his own pace, so he had to fight the other guy's pace, which was very difficult for him. He couldn't keep up with that guy's pace. That's where the fatigue came in. And as Van Oliver said many years ago, fatigue makes cowards of many men. Fatigue makes cowards of many men.
Do you think people are saying now that Joshua may have quit in that fight? What do you think?
I don't know because I didn't see the fight. What I'm just saying is that I think I like Anthony Joshua as a fighter. I don't know. I just think that you have to enhance the pace he works out at. So more punches, busier. So when you're training, you're not going to throw that many punches in a fight. But if you had to, you could, right? But with him with the guy, he had to, but he couldn't. He couldn't keep up with the pace. So you have to train just a little bit harder and answer. All that certain condition is great, but that's to be able to endure. But what I'm talking about, these is to endure the punch, whatever. But you have to enhance boxing, more punches from the bag, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Enhance everything, because when he was faced with somebody fighting at a fast pace, he could not handle it.
Interesting. Very interesting. I've been asked a question here by the Bro Fraser Network. Is it Ingram at some point ask James who would have been more difficult for Errol, Leonard or Hearns?
Well, Hearns had a condition problem. He would always get tired. I mean, so I think that Ray Leonard probably would be more difficult.
There you go.
Because you can get the power, you can move away from the power and tear away from the power. But I think that But he's gonna get tired.
Okay. Can you confirm or deny rumors that Terence Crawford was in Texas recently?
I don't know. I heard that too, man. I don't know. Think about this. What would if Terence Crawford came to Dallas, he wouldn't be talking to us like, for what? What can we do? And then listen, we don't dislike him. Matter of fact, I like him as an individual. I like him as a fighter. I like his accomplishment. Very proud of him. But what could a conversation with us do for his career? Him fighting Errol, nothing. You have to talk to Al Heyman. I mean, you have to talk to the management, PBC. I mean, what would that conversation be? I don't. But I heard him when he was in Dallas. But that couldn't do anything for us. I mean, I don't know.
But if the fact he's in Dallas, could he not be meeting with Al Heyman and his team?
Al Heyman are in Dallas.
Where's Al Heyman?
He's all over, man.
He's all over.
He's all over, man. You never know where it's like Bloody Mary. I mean, like, you know, Bloody Mary named 10 times they appear.
Al Heyman is Al Heyman like is Al Heyman like omnipresent, or is Al Heyman a real person, or is it a code?
Like my 6 times, man, he ain't real. What are you talking about, man?
Well, I have to ask the question because I've never heard this man do an interview, right? And I keep hearing Al Heyman.
All right, no answer. Put like this. You know, did you see the Michael Jackson Bad tour?
Yes.
He promoted that.
I know how bad Al Heyman is. Al Heyman's an old school G. I acknowledge that. I even heard a story that Al Heyman was having talks to Sky Sports in the UK.
I heard he got a deal over there, I think. That's what I heard, yeah.
What?
There's some kind of thing going on with the networks over there. Yeah, it's a deal with one of the UK networks, man.
He's got a deal with ITV, but I heard he's having the negotiation with the same people who with Eddie Hearn at the moment. Hearn's contract ends in 2021 or 2020, and I understand that Al Heyman and Sky Sports having talks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not surprised. Why wouldn't he, man? You're expanding your grounds. Put like this. What the PBC is doing with the boxing game? Yeah. The fighters that he has. I mean, why wouldn't you talk to somebody else from another nation, another country, wherever? You want to expand what you're doing. You want those people to see it also. Give them the opportunity to see it without being on the app. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, yeah, man, come on. That's beautiful.
While I'm on it, I did a video that was talking to Al Heyman and PBC, urging them to make Wilder versus Ruiz for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. What are your thoughts on that? Wilder and Ruiz for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world.
Hey man, I haven't thought about it. Just out hearing it. I mean, I think that I have no thoughts. I mean, I'm just an individual with possibly the ability to see a fight like that. Not really, got thinking about it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because Al basically has got all the belts. He's got Ruiz and he's got Wilder. So technically, you could make an undisputed title fight.
I've heard that before. That's what they say. You're right. I have heard that. That really is amazing, though. I don't know.
I don't know about. I say you don't know, but I'm wondering if you do know and you can't talk about it.
No, I don't know, man. No, listen. I'm in Dallas. I work a full-time job. I own a gym. If I just let my daughter's soccer practice, I don't keep up with all this stuff. I don't really read or listen to a lot of stuff on the internet. I mean, I'm just like a lame guy. You know?
All right. Have you met Al Heyman? Have you met Al Heyman?
Yeah.
You've met Al Heyman?
Yeah, I met Al Heyman. Like this. This one is funny. There's no lie. So I can tell you how many times I've seen him. I've seen Al about about 5 times.
Right.
And I talked to him on the phone one time. So listen, I've been training Errol for like 7 years. So I trained 2 of the top guys. I only seen him like 5, maybe 6 times. For real.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair enough. When you think about Errol Spence and where he is in the welterweight division, there was also talk that this Sean Porter fight is having problems to be made, and that the Terrence Crawford fight was more likely to be made faster because of the problems you're having with the Porter fight. What are your thoughts on that?
You gotta stop listening to this stuff, man.
Well, listen. I listen. Now, you're his trainer, so if anything's going to be about, we're going to ask you.
You gotta stop listening to this stuff, man. I mean, it's like
So then tell me the news. Tell me what's going on. What is it?
the fight. He's fighting. I mean, supposedly that fight's supposed to happen. I mean,
What do you mean supposedly? You mean supposedly? You're his trainer. Supposedly.
I don't know why he would be. I mean, the Terrence Crawford fight. Like, man, I don't listen to anything anybody says about anything. I don't, because it's like, what's the point? I mean, all these things are lies. I mean, people making themselves talking about, all lies.
So they're all lies. There's no. Bob Arum said that he was going to try and make the fight between Spence and Crawford sooner rather than later.
I need some content on this station, man. It needs some content, man. Come on, man. Listen, say how they make their fight. What did they do after that? What else y'all got to offer the people, the fans? After that fight, think about it. Need content, man. Come on, man.
So you're basically saying to me the possibility of Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford being made very soon is like us having contact with a spaceship and outer space and UFOs.
No, just keep holding breath waiting for the to come back. Not right now. Not right now. The other fighters, they were all these fights in front of Errol.
Did you say wait until Jesus comes back before Crawford and Spence is made?
But I'm saying, like, in the present, like right now, there's too many other guys to fight. There's too many other things going on. I mean, like, probably the PBC has plans, whatever. I don't know. I can't speak for them. But and Bob Arum has plans. We should have plans. But they may not be connecting at this particular point, and that's okay.
But I'm hearing the fight could happen sooner rather than later.
I don't know, because I'm just a trainer. I'm not in the boardroom. I have a little gym. I have a son. That's in my little studio. And I don't get into it with anybody, so I know nothing.
Yeah, you seem to know the gate seats for the amount of gates, the amount of people at the Spence fight. You seem to know the numbers for Mikey Garcia's fight, in Terrence Crawford fights. So you seem to know something. So where's that information coming from?
I've read some stuff.
Oh, you've read some stuff. I thought you kept yourself to yourself.
No, wait. Let's get some clarity on this. I know how many people were at Mikey Garcia fight because I checked that out.
Okay.
I know how many people were at Errol Spence fight because I know. I mean, it was printed everywhere. So I care about the things that I care about. The other things I don't care about, I don't care about.
So do you care about Spence versus Crawford?
Man, yeah, man, I do not. I do.
I do not. That doesn't.
Well, listen, I do care about it. But I think that how I feel about it has nothing to do with the reality of what's going on. Right? That's just what it is. How I feel about it, Derek James feels about it, is nothing. Because, I mean, it's a guy, regular guy. I mean, come on, man. I have to deal with it. I'm just a trainer of a guy. So what I'm saying is to say that that fight may happen, right? But I mean, Pacquiao, you got Keith Thurman, you got Daniel City, you got Sean Porter, all these people. Man, what do you mean? Who's gonna fight here?
But the best want to fight the best. That's supposedly what the story is. So that's the script.
Yeah, but those are good guys. Those are good guys. They're not fighting. I just named 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah, but the best fight is Spence versus Crawford. That's what people want to see.
I didn't say Roll. I said Sean Porter. I said Sean Porter, Pacquiao, Keith Thurman. That's what I said. I didn't say he's fighting Roll. Whatever the guy's name was. I didn't say that. I said he's fighting this guy.
So what did you make of the new Golovkin under Jonathan Banks?
I don't see it. Remember, I told you I don't watch the zone, man.
You watch the zone? Well, they call it Dead Zone. Bob Arum calls it Dead Zone.
I can't afford that money that they charge per month to watch the fight. I can't afford it.
You can't afford it. You are Errol Spence's trainer. You can't afford it.
I'm just saying, listen, I can't afford it. I mean, like, you pay for what you want to pay for. I cannot afford that. I don't see how. I mean, I don't have it within my means to pay for boxing on television. Unless it's pay-per-view.
What? I don't get that. You said you haven't got the means to pay for a fight unless it's pay-per-view. But wait a second. Is it?
But listen what I'm saying. It's something that every month. All my funds are allocated, mate. $10 a month is a lot of money.
Yeah, I guess it is. But I didn't think Errol Spence's trainer would be saying that though.
Fight no Fox television, so these guys are fighting. I'm just saying.
Is that wait? Is that a statement you're making about DAZN because your fight is a PBC fighter?
I'm just saying because I'm a boxing guy. I've been involved in boxing like 42. I'm just saying that we're fighting on Fox television. Showtime. Fox. Showtime.
That's what you're about. You love Showtime. So you're loyal to Showtime.
I love the people that pay me, who I work with.
Okay, let me ask you another question.
When we're not on television, I'm talking to my guy. We're not having fighting. We're still talking. Go to dinner all the time. So these are people I care about.
Brian Custer. Shout out to Brian Custer, by the way. A beautiful brother.
That's my brother. BC. That's right.
I got to give a lot of love to Brian Custer. I got a lot of respect and admiration for that man. As a media man, as a media outlet, I love that man. Such a class act.
I love that man. I love that man. Just my brother, man.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Did you hear what Eddie and Barry Hearn said the other day about Slave Master?
Mate, I did. Come on. Because this was what I told somebody. This is what I said before. Well, after that, somebody asked me. I said that. The thing about it is, I like Eddie Hearn.
Mm-hmm.
But Eddie Hearn is a Jim Crow. Because his daddy was a slave master who let you go, right? But even after in America, even after the slaves was free, they created laws and racism and all this other stuff going on that was able to keep black people down still. So Eddie Hearn is the Jim Crow. What's the difference? He's the same guy. Daddy raised him to be.
So you're basically saying that the chip doesn't fall too far off the tree then?
Unless it's on the hill. That's what they say. The ball doesn't fall too far from the tree unless the tree's on the hill.
So basically, you're saying that. Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, what give? I mean, what you've said there. There are quite a few people that say, but you know, what gives you the, what's the word? What makes you feel so assured? Because a lot of people in the UK are, Eddie Hearn can't do no wrong. He's fantastic and great, and they worship him.
I like Eddie Hearn a lot, right? I mean, I like him a lot.
But
I like him as a cool cat because I mean we talk, I mean, and I mean we have mutual respect for each other. But hey man, I those guys until right now had respect for Dr. Martin Luther King. That don't mean he wouldn't lock him up or beat him. You know?
Yeah.
But I think that. Well, I mean, I don't know like what's on the inside. You know what I'm saying? I like him as an individual.
Right.
I'm not gonna never say that. I like him. I see him. I mean, I like to see him. And I was really, to be honest, I like to see him do what he's doing though, because he is. I'm gonna take over America. I'm gonna take over whatever. And he got and he's very aggressive in his tactics, right? About how he had Josh, who was the top guy, how he went out and got Canelo, was the other top guy, how he, he got Triple G. So I like the way he's moving. I mean, I just think that, I like that, these are, I mean, but what happened is just like when everything we found out with Triple G, and what she said is that American people don't like to see foreigners beat Americans.
Yeah, that's true.
That's one of the things we don't like to see foreigners beat Americans, wherever they are. So, but I think that I like his. He said, "I'm gonna go get it," and he's doing it. So that's the point you got to admire about it.
But
listen, man,
but him going against Al Heyman, what do you think about that? Eddie Hearn v. Al Heyman in terms of the promotional stakes.
Listen, what you think about it? Listen, like I just told you, these guys are. So what happened was when they came out with that app situation, right? Somebody said, "Damn, that's a good idea. They can watch the fights on their phone." Damn, that's amazing. But Showtime had been streaming fights for like years.
Right.
So it wasn't like think about it. So then what Al said, I think we're gonna take it back to primetime television. So listen, so what do you do to bridge the gap between America and boxing? Put it on the Fox News. You bring it to America right in the heartland, right to them. You show them a TV show, a TV series, a build up of the fight, so these people start to get to know who these guys are. So, don't watch that. So while they're trying to get people to buy $9 for a month for a fight, right? We wanted the Nielsen numbers. So that's how you get the commercials. That's how you ask for more money. That's how you do a lot of other things. The numbers, how many people are watching the fight.
I know Eddie's talking about an immediate rematch for Joshua and Riz, but how much power does Al Heyman have over in this situation? People say that Al will find loopholes. What do you think?
I have no idea. I mean, why would he? I mean, why would you want? Don't do it again. I mean, what? Those guys blew him out the water. Why? I mean, I don't. From my perspective, I would just let him go get that again. He'll do it again. Go get the money.
Okay, fair enough. The Bro Fraser Network asked the question: does Derek James think Thurman's apparent deterioration is due to physical ailments or diminishing confidence? And who wins between Pacquiao and Thurman?
Hey man, I'm going with the American fighter every time.
Okay. And
Team USA.
Team USA. And What about the Thurman's confidence?
I haven't seen anything. I haven't been watching anything. I mean, I haven't been watching anything. I think that he should be confident because he knows who he is. He knows that he is who he is. I mean, he knows he's one of the top welterweights in the world. He knows that. So it's like, he believes in himself, man. He's the top dog. He came from nowhere to get to somewhere. I mean, so he should believe in himself, which I know he does. That's why he wants to fight all these guys, do all the things he's doing because he believes in himself.
Okay, fair enough. Derek, is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
I think we've been on the phone for 2 days. I think I've said it all.
For now. So, are you fighting Sean Porter next?
I don't know, man. You gotta figure out. You've been reading stuff. I mean, I have no idea, man.
Well, I heard it was September you guys are fighting, but then I heard that Terrence Crawford was in Dallas, so I don't know what's what.
Yeah, man. So listen, how you gonna tell me what you heard and when it's going to be? I thought something was made a second or whatever, made a minute. I don't know, but my thing is, so if that's what you heard, why are you talking to me about it when you already knew?
Well, I heard, but you're the trainer, so you should know because you're training your guy. So you need to have a schedule. So you'd say, all right, I need Spence in camp for this amount of time. So you should know better than I do.
I should know, but I don't know. I should know.
The Bro Fraser Network says respectfully, who does he think will win, not who he wants to win?
Dude, why are you up so late, man? Is he in the UK? Where is he at?
He's American, I'm sure. This guy's American.
Okay, I was gonna say, damn, he up late there in the UK, but I don't discuss my personal feelings. I don't even interject my personal feelings within the fight because I want the person who wants to win the most to win. I mean, I just look at it as a fan. I don't even get into it like that. Only way I can truly enjoy a fight is if I just go into it and just watch, opposed to put my personal feelings into it where I want to win. No, I have to go in and just as a fan, man. That's how I truly enjoy the fight. Okay.
Final point. It's really great news to hear that Adonis Stevenson is back on his feet and he's living a normal life now. And Zab Judah is out of the ring now, out of the hospital now. He is recovered, they say, and making a good recovery. So that's good news as well.
Beautiful, man. I think it's a very tough sport. I take it very seriously. My job. I love my guys. I love boxers. I love boxing. I would never criticize. Think about this. Like when you said the guys who said whatever they said about me, like not being a good trainer and whatever. You know what it is? I know guys who play pro football, right? I would never tell them you should catch the ball like this or run the ball like that. No, crazy that sounds. The worst coach in the NFL is not taking advice from some bozo in the grocery store who walks up to him so I tell him what he thinks he should be doing. So think about that. I mean, like, so we put our heart and our soul and our life into what we do. So we take it very serious, man. I mean, the internet gives you instant gratification where you can talk to people or reach out to people. But I think that it's unrealistic because you think that sitting on a couch you can run a team or do whatever. It's kind of hard. It's very difficult. It's a very stressful job when the world is watching. So.
Derek James, thank you so much as always for your insightful, non-committal but committal responses. I appreciate you as always.
I only commit to my wife and my kids.
You know what? I think you need to be a politician. I really think you should be a politician.
No, because no. I'm telling you what, because look, these are honest things. Though I think politicians tell you what you want to hear,
Well, there you go.
I didn't tell you what you wanted to hear. I didn't tell you what you wanted to hear because I didn't further elaborate on things you may want me to further elaborate on. I just feel like
you did a lot of talking without saying anything. That's what you did. That's what a great politician does. And I think you'd make a great politician because you say a whole load of nothing, but it makes it sound really interesting.
I mean, this kind of sounds full of BS then.
Exactly. There you go.
Hey man, that's not like to tell somebody full of BS.
but you say a whole load of stuff, but not a whole load of nothing. Because I asked you some questions, and of course you're non-committal, but I know you have to be committed to your wife because I understand that bit, and I get it, and I understand it, and I know, and I understand. I'm in there, but of course I've got to.
Like when I said that, I can't speak for anybody. Like I can't speak for the PBC. I can't speak for I can't speak for anybody else. I can't assume everything. I like Eddie Hearn. I genuinely like the guy.
What I don't get is how can you like a guy and then compare him to Jim Crow? I don't get that.
Because listen, man, it's like this. I'm just saying from the idea that if your father said that he was a slave holder,
yes,
the next thing after slaves were free came the Jim Crow laws in America. So the father steps down, the son takes over. How is he running the business? Probably like the father was. So that's the example that he got.
He has promotional rights of Anthony Joshua. He said that.
And say it again over it.
I have promotional rights of Anthony Joshua. Well, you know, like father, like son, isn't it?
So we basically said I own the rights. He said I own the rights. That's what he did.
Yeah.
So what I am saying is that I can still like him. It's like, man, racist people or whatever, if he is or not, I don't know. But I know that, you know, liking somebody has nothing to do with him. His personal views, okay. You know, as long as he don't show it to me, you gotta treat me like that.
Okay.
You know, but I hate to see him treat anybody else like that as well. But I think that they showed the world who they were. The father said I was a slave holder. I mean, I was like a slave holder when I ran boxing. And so how can anybody side with his own? If that is the money, I mean, is it for the money? For what is it for? Because
it's for the money.
If I was a business guy and I owned his own, I would have to silence those guys. I mean, you can't be talking like that, man. The people watching are black Americans and black people all over the world and Mexican people all over the world. You can't be talking like that.
What do you think? How do you think Al Heyman would be feeling? The times you picked up from Al Heyman, how do you think he would feel about that? And then, of course, Eddie Hearn's comments of "end me, go on then, knock Joshua and end me, end match, go on then, I dare you." How do you think Al would respond to something like that?
Say that again. What you said now?
He went. Eddie said, "End me then, end me, knock me out, knock Joshua and end the match for an empire. Come on then, end me." That's what he said. He was saying that to Wilder, and of course, Ruiz came along and knocked out Joshua, and Joshua really is their main pay-per-view guy. So,
hey man, think about that though. I mean, Anthony Joshua's amazing fighter, he's an amazing specimen. I mean, but he was they built him up to be the biggest fighter in the world. Only thing he had to conquer was America, and he failed at it twice in one night. From not selling tickets, not getting stopped. But I think that you base a business off of one particular guy, or an idea that you can be great at one particular guy, and you sign other guys, and those other guys did not do well. They did not do well. If you got fighters that you promote and they're not selling out, I mean, that's hey man, But then you have Errol Spence, like I said, who sold 54 48,000 tickets.
Says it all, doesn't it? Says it all, doesn't it?
I think it does. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I mean, there's one guy who says that, he treated fighters like slaves, whatever it was, and they were slave traders. Another guy who treats people like family. So I think that.
Well, that's it. Really, that's a beautiful way to actually end the evening.
I mean, y'all like I said, I like Eddie Hearn. He's a cool cat, man. He really is a nice, cool guy, to be honest. And I would see pictures of him and my friend Francis on Pufo together. And Eddie was like a teenager, a young kid.
Yes.
And, I wonder about how he was fight. But see, this thing about it. See, let me get some clarity on his father's conversation. It wasn't racial, right? It wasn't racial because he promoted white fighters also.
Mm-hmm.
So see, it wasn't racial at all. That's how I have to be a human being to not like what the father said, right?
Right.
So see, like you said, right, Eddie Hearn?
Mm-hmm.
I have to be, but I'm a boxer. So that's the difference. It was not racial because he promoted probably more white fighters than he did black fighters. I'm sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where me being a boxer, my compassion, my love for fights, the boxers, being messed over and misused, that's where it comes from, man. So it's not about, I can like Eddie Hearn. He's not racist. He may be a classist. He probably, he's best in that.
An elitist.
An elitist, right? Yeah, that's what he is. I mean, that's why, you think like you can grow up, your father raised you to be great. That's why he talks for so much like he knows who he is.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the thing about this, there's two things that can happen. A guy that knows who he is talks like Eddie Hearn. And the guy who doesn't know who he is talks frivolous and crazy like some other guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he knows who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He stands for found know who he is. So that's why you respect him. He's still a leader. But man, come on, man. He's raised a certain way.
Yep, of course.
So he's not a racist. Not a racist at all. But he is an elitist. That's the reality.
Okay, but Jim Crow was a racist, was he not?
Well, the Jim Crow system was a racist. So when I said that, the idea of, and listen, they compared it to what they did with enslaved masters. So the system that was established by America was the Jim Crow law.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that he's not ruling like a racist, but he's ruling like still basically Jim Crow law was never slavery. So that's why I said Jim Crow. This is the same thing, basically.
Right, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Compared, okay, you can be free and live where you want to live. I mean, we live in certain areas, but you still kind of like, you get caught at nighttime, it's going to kill you. So it's like, so it's like, that's what it is. So it's like, so that's why I say the Jim Crow. He's still ruling like if he was the father. And he said that when I own the right to Anthony Joshua.
Yep. Yep.
He said it over and over again, I think. So he said, what else you want me to say?
Not what you can say.
I own the right to.
No, it's true what he said.
That's right.
But how would Al Heyman feel about all of that? Though, listening to that, Barry Hearn and Eddie getting on.
I don't know. I can't assume what Al Heyman will feel. But Al Heyman works for his fighters. That's different.
That's
manager
true.
works for the fighters.
Yep, absolutely.
The advisor works for the fighters.
Absolutely.
That's the difference. So I can't assume. Like I said, you can't assume why somebody feels you only seen him 6 times, man. 6 times? Are you for real? So I can't assume what Al Heyman.
We know what Al Heyman did. We know what Al Heyman did for those artists, though. We know what he did for his people. So that tells you something in itself.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I can never be said that I'm speaking proud because I'm not. I'm just like somebody said on the internet. I'm just a trainer that holds the net. Is what the guy said. He's just a trainer that holds the net. So that's what. So from a guy who holds the net, can I speak about what another guy who was
Derek, you're spending too much time on social media. You're spending too much time on Facebook. That's what it is. Yes, you are.
No. People send me this stuff because I'm really not on it.
Yeah. Okay. So hold on. It's the same people that tell me that send me information. Tell me that they say that you're a one-dimensional trainer. It's the same sort of people. So we're probably reading. We're probably reading from the same newspaper.
You probably are. A new publication to follow.
The BS News. What do you think? The BS News.
You know what's funny about this?
What's that?
This is what's funny. I'm gonna tell you the difference between you, Ingram, and a lot of other people. So see, I really only do certain interviews with so many people, right?
Right.
Because you value the relationship.
Amen.
Rather than the story.
Amen. Tell them.
This is what it is. So listen, the relationship is far more greater than the story.
Now, I'm glad you said that because there's a bozo that I'm not going to mention his name because I'm not going to give him any sort of publicity. But every time I talk to somebody on YouTube who's affiliated with boxing, they're my friend, and he seems to take it personally every time one of my friends I interview happens to fight his fighter. He says, "Oh, you're talking to your friend again." I can't help the fact that I've got good relationships with the people that I do interviews with, and I don't see it as interviews. I see it as a conversation. That's not my fault that I've got a good relationship and I'm not interested in just getting a story, but I want to hear and I'm interested in people I talk to. But I get criticized for that.
That's right.
I can give a hoot.
It's not about the story.
No.
It's about the relationship.
Absolutely.
With the relationship, and it's about the trust. And so, see, you get people behind the camera, and you want to know, you get, listen, man, there's some privilege and that's listen, how do you can get a lot from a guy. Think about it. Say you get one story.
Yeah.
And that's a big one. But how many other big stories that are things that this guy could tell you over the years?
Uh-huh.
And it could be some big, very revealing things over the years.
Hey, Derek.
Over years. So you
I don't listen to what you say. I listen to what you don't say. And what you don't say is very powerful.
Okay.
We'll leave it as that.
That's right.
Derek James.
Relationship, baby.
Absolutely, brother. Derek James, as always, thank you so much for a very enlightening interview. There are lots of facts, lots of figures, lots of numbers, and lots of truth. And that's just the way we like it here on BWTM. Derek James, as always, thank you very much for being on the call. We appreciate you.
Good night, brother. Good day.
Good day to you, brother. Take care.
Yep.
So there we have it. Derek James, live and exclusive from Dallas, Texas. Go back, listen to the video, listen to what Derek James isn't saying, and read between the lines, and you can hear what's really going on. He didn't confirm or deny things, but you can know deep down what he's really thinking. But of course, that's for you to work out. That's it from us here at BWTM. I hope you've enjoyed our evening. We started off the evening with Ray Robinson. We then went on with Vlad Tsarenko, and we've ended with Derek James. An hour apiece with Vlad Tsarenko and Derek James, and then we had Ray Robinson an hour, Derek James an hour, and about 45 minutes with Vlad Tsarenko. So I hope you've enjoyed tonight, plus the news in America. of the flooding that is severe weather warning that's out in Philadelphia and Pennsylvania and areas around in Philadelphia, and also the Tyson Foods Incorporated. They're having a recall of all their chicken, I think chicken nuggets, chicken fillets. So check the video out on BWTM with all the news on that. This has been BWTM Online, bringing you exclusives. We are out. Please share the videos. We're out. Take care.